Eno ye Salam TV.
Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Dear viewer, we welcome you to today's episode of the Alhidaayah show on Salam TV that comes to you every Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock. So for the first time viewers, we welcome you in a special way. Thank you for joining in. Today is the 23rd of Shawwal, and the year is 1445, corresponding to the 2nd of May 2024. My name is Muhammad Sekalala, your host for the show, and in this show we always look at things that affect or touch on the societies in which we live in, especially building model communities with the family as the basic unit of the foundation. So every Thursday we are looking at those that haven't yet entered the family or the marriage institution. What information do they need to hear? Perhaps before they get in there, they have information, they have the knowledge to help them go through that institution well. So we have been looking at a series of topics, and today inshallah we shall be looking at a very important one, which is Islam and cross-cultural marriages, but in a special way we are looking at social status. That social status play a role in the marriages that we are doing. Is it okay for me, I'm studying at university and there's this person who we are not in the same social standing? Can we have a compatible and working relationship or family relationship? It is what we want to delve into today, inshallah. So to help us understand that, we have a guest who we have been with for the past 2 weeks, Hajat Kacha Mazaitun. I'll request her to say salam, inshallah, before we can start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So viewer, remember this program can be accessed on YouTube. If you missed out on the last episodes, you just go to YouTube, type in Salam TV, Alhidaayah, and then the topics will be coming in for you to view. There are so many of them that you need to benefit. We appreciate those that give us feedback in the comment section. Especially, we encourage you to view, like, and then share to your colleagues to also benefit from the same. The feedback I got is last week when we were introducing the topics, we mentioned that the chapter in which Allah created mankind out of out of the male and female gender, and then divided them into nations and tribes for knowing each other, is actually Surah to Hujurat, which is chapter 49 and 48 as was indicated in the last episode. So we correct that. Surah to Hujurat is chapter 49, immediately before Surah Al-Kahf, which is chapter 50. So thank you very much for the one who gave us that feedback, and we appreciate your feedback. So Hajat,
Yes.
social status, because it also goes into the aspect of cross-cultural marriages. Will you explain to us the pros and cons of cross-cultural marriages? The good things, actually, somebody was so happy with the benefits they get from marrying from different
And
cultures.
they couldn't
They couldn't wait.
wait,
But when they went to the second aspect of it, of having to contend with, to persevere with other challenges,
They were
they
like,
said, I need to first give it a second thought. And we hope and pray that Allah enables you to make the appropriate decision in the circumstances. So ours is to give you the A and B side of it, and then you make a choice on your own. So social status, Hajat, if you were to be asked social status, what would the viewer out there first of all appreciate in terms of social status? Because I have a question where somebody was saying, Shay, we're not a well-to-do family, but there's this lady I'm looking at, but they are very expensive. She comes to school in a posh car. Her upkeep is, can't even pay my tuition. But that's the person I want to propose to. So social status, does it only involve the money bit of it, or there are other things we can look at, inshallah? Thank you very much.
Yes. A'udhu minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillahi
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
We always continue to praise our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because all praises are due to Him for all that He does for us.
Amen.
We truly are nothing without what He has meant for us.
No.
We are so grateful for the life. We are very grateful for the faith. We are grateful for Islam. I usually tell people that there's a difference between faith and Islam.
Yes,
there are other faiths, but you know, you having faith is very important. That is Iman. You know, you being a Muslim and then having the belief in your religion is a bonus.
It's a bonus.
So we appreciate and we pray that Allah keeps us there until when He takes our souls. We pray that He appreciates the little things that we do here on earth, and He rewards us. We as human beings, we want reward here and in the hereafter. We send peace and blessings to our Prophet, our loved one, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, because he just gave us the best example. He went through all that he went through so that we can be here, and we have a beautiful lifestyle of being Muslims, whereby everything has an answer.
Has an answer, yes.
Every challenge has been tackled. So as a Muslim out there, they say, la tahzan. Don't despair.
Don't despair.
Just look for the answers. Don't despair. The answer is out there. Go read, go ask, go do the research. The answer is hidden out there. Or it's in the Quran and in the Sunnah of our Prophet. So we've been having a beautiful conversation of being very careful as we are taking the steps to commitment. And it's one of the beautiful things that, or very, very sensitive things that are really not taken care of when we are building relationships. You know, many people, when they are going into marriage, they don't do checks. They don't go into classes. Actually, it's very unfortunate that it's now very recent when we have had formal premarital classes. Actually, I will have to mention that at PAM Professional Counselors, where I come from, we have very, very good, formidable premarital classes or a premarital course that we feel can really help as we are entering this very beautiful institution. When we are in there, one of the things that we take care of is what we call compatibility. Your ability to stay with somebody for a long time. Your ability to be able to, you know, be tolerant, to be patient, to adjust and maybe even become like the other. You know, married people tend to even start to look alike in their way of life. In the way they,
I was also asking, why is when people get married, you see they seem to look alike?
Yeah, a number of things. They start compromising and agreeing on a number of things. So you start to see them do the same things or do things in the same way. When Muhammad says no, you will definitely hear Zaitun say no. So somehow the eyes start to put them in the same lens.
So compatibility is very key.
Compatibility is very key, and that is what we call the social classes when it comes to marriage. You know, social is simply where we interact from, where we live, where it will bring in our background. That is where we were born. And then who your parents are, you know, who has raised you, your guardian and your parents, the people who have taken care of you in your sensitive stages of life, especially your your infancy, your teenage age, and maybe the school going age. Very, very, very important, because these are the people who plant seeds in you. Most of the things that the guardian who raised you as a little person, or your parents, the things they have told you to do or not to do are the things you are going to continue to believe in at a very big percentage. So your parenthood is very important in your social status. Your village, where you grew from, is part of your social life. You've heard of this saying where they say that it's not easy to take the village out of somebody, though it is very easy to get someone out of the village. So where people have grown up from, or where they have moved from the young stage to adulthood, is very, very important. There is a difference between someone who has grown up from the uptown or Muyenga, Kololo, and someone who has grown up from the Katanga and the Kikoni side. So it is very it should not be something that we don't take serious. We have school. Where you have gone to school from is very, very important. Today we should be very sensitive at when it comes to someone having gone through a single school and then a mixed school, someone who has gone through a day school, boarding school, someone who is going through theology, someone who started, there are people who take children to memorize Quran at a very tender little age. Someone is 3 years and is in boarding doing tahfidh, and then there are people who are doing tahfidh at a later stage. We have people who have gone through Christian schools, we have people who have gone through the theology or Islamic based schools, we have people who have gone through private schools, and then of course the traditional government schools. All those are
there are those
social.
who have been on sponsorship from baby to university.
Thank you very much. So we have people who are private.
Oh wow.
This is a very key ingredient in a person. It is a very sensitive ingredient in a person. Even inside the family, we have the social status of the family. Is your spouse to be an only child?
Allah.
Is she coming or he coming from a single parenthood?
Parenthood. Yes.
Is it a nuclear family?
Extended family.
Is it you have families where it's only girls?
There are those also who are always housed up in the perimeter,
in a fence. You understand? There are people who have grown up boys only, girls
they are
only,
free range, and then those who
exactly. Then we have people who have been raised by maids. We have people who are coming from broken families. We have people who are coming from polygamous families. Oh my God. These are things that are making the person that you've chosen for a wife or the person who you want to take for a husband. This is something, by the way, that is not taken seriously now that I even look at it, because I'm now also getting into the depth of it, and I'm like, oh my God, it is this wide. The social status is simply where someone has been interacting.
So what has been his background?
Their interactions, the people they've gone, their background, the people they know, the people they don't know, the things they know, the things they don't know. That is, and then we can then say that maybe the financial implication, the one we began with, has someone, grown up in a poor family. Someone has grown up with below
harsh conditions,
below, we used to call it below poverty line, and then there are people who are just the middle incomers, and then we have people who are in the high end of the financial.
They say is it 5%?
Yeah, the 5%. The people who have done something. You understand?
Then they have planned kids. They are called planned kids of village.
Hope they are. Hopefully, hope they are. We have people who are coming from, for example, if my dad is a hustler, then we have people who are coming from parents who are
living
civil
on
servants,
savings.
civil servants. We have people who are coming from go home, go to work parents. The father leaves at 5, comes back at 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have people who are coming from homes where they are stay-at-home moms.
Yes, stay-at-home moms.
We have people who are coming from, the dad is a farmer For example, they were at a farm, so the dad used to put on gumboots and go to the farm, just somewhere there. He's on the village, but he's not at home, but he's just in the near. Where people are coming from families of the Kadamas, for example. The mom has gone to the diaspora to get some more money. We have people who have coming from parents that are moving, nomad parents. You know, your dad is an ambassador. Today he's in the embassy of France. Tomorrow he's in the embassy of America. The other time he's in the UAE. And then tomorrow he'll be in the southern. You understand? Sometimes you move with him, or sometimes he will leave you in a certain country.
Actually, even if it is internally here, domestically, they are those who are civil servants. Who are always transferred. Kampala to Jinja to
not even
Karamoja,
bankers. I have siblings that work in Centenary. Today she's in Masaka, tomorrow she's in Gulu. Then the other time she's in, you understand. So these, I want to call these nomad homes. The homes keep shifting. I know of someone whose dad was in the Uganda Railway. So they used to move with the railway. You understand? So the social status, the way someone has been able to, you know, the places they've been to, the people they've interacted with, the people who have helped them grow. And this is going to determine the technical know-how, the friendships they've made, you know, the manners they have. Some people have bad manners, some people have, you know, good manners. You know, you are going to learn you're going to learn certain things because of where you have grown from.
Thank you very much for an elaboration of the different facets of the social class. There are two things I also want you to comment on, whether they also fall in the social class. Number one is the aspect of beauty. Is beauty artificial, or it is, you know, they say leaders are born or made. So is the beauty made, or it is supposed to be natural? Then the other aspect would be on the physical condition of someone. They are the blind, they are the deaf, they are the physically handicapped. Are those also social classes that somebody should look out for? Or they fall in a different category of social classes?
The truth is, it's a bit bitter, but the truth is, your physical outlook, the way you look, the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you behave, you know, your fashion, your speech, you know, your physical you is going to be a big determinant on who is going to associate with you. So it's going to determine, sometimes it truly determines your social class. And sometimes it is sad, but it is sometimes natural. For example, beautiful people, although we say that beauty is in the hands of the beholder.
Of the beholder, yes.
What we call beautiful, our sheikh used to say that what you call beautiful here, the woman that you are salivating to get might be running away from somewhere where they've closed and switched off the phone.
Say one man's meat
is another one, yes, another man's poison.
So you're looking at her, wow.
So for the beauty, apart from the beauty today of makeup and what, beauty truly is in the hands of the beholder. But there are certain things that we want me and the viewers to appreciate. Is the grooming, for example. You may not have a sharp nose or beautiful eyes or a good skin, but when you know how to dress, you organize yourself in the way you put on your clothes, you come in clean, you have a good fragrance, especially for the men. You know, you will put on you know, these are things we learned. You have a watch, you have clean shoes, you put on socks. You know, you are going to attract people depending on your dress code or the way you have designed yourself. So probably this is going to enhance your physical beauty or your natural outlook. But otherwise, beauty is a yardstick that is individual or personal, because what Muhammad calls beautiful is his, and what Yasin will take as beautiful is theirs. Now, we have a challenge of makeup.
Makeup.
Or the artificial things that women especially are adding on to themselves.
Those ladies who wear makeup and you feel like, what?
And you can't tell what they truly are.
Yes.
And even men are following somehow. Some men are competing with us in that area.
So in other words, before I have a crush land on this person, I need to request them to put off the makeup? Is it what you're trying to
You may not request them, but you have to be tactical. Like, you remember where we were in the last episode? We said that go ahead and do some investigations about this person. Because the physical beauty is going to be the nice fingers, the nice, waist of the figure, the sharp nose,
and the nice dressing.
And the nice dress. But at the end of the day, in the morning, someone has to maybe put on some car oil, someone has to put on some little lip gloss, maybe they have to put some henna to enhance, to make better. But the bad nose for the other person may be an SC for another person. So beauty, to me, may not be a real yardstick because it's so separate for every other individual. But I want to talk about the accessories of the natural person. It is truly very important to take care of how you look. Yes. It is very important to, especially the women out there, Muslim women out there, it's very important to put your clothing together very carefully, very well. Don't misrepresent our hijab, for example. Today we have a challenge of girls today are putting on very nice hijabs and then they're putting on belts. Yes. You understand? And then on top of that, she's putting on nails. She's putting on artificial nails, and then she's adding artificial eyelashes, and then she has a lot of makeup, and then she has leave wanji. I'm talking about eyelashes. Haven't you seen people who have long hair? So someone has, and then she's like she I wonder how you wear your lens, the male lens. I don't know what you think when you see these kinds of things.
People who are stylish.
So the style again, now that is still to someone's taste, because you might do something that is going to take away the man of your life for you. And by the way, the makeup ladies, the women who work on themselves, have their social class. They have a club. I have been to a number of women's seminars, but there is a seminar I was invited to. Actually, it was up there. Now we are talking about uptown. It was on Skies up there. Hotel. Yeah. But I remember looking in that hall and looking at every girl, nearly 99.5%. All of them were not on their natural. So we had pink, red lips throughout the hall. Everybody was brown. Everybody was light-skinned.
So they were like coming from one
so it's a social class. It's a certain class of women, by the way, who love makeup, and they love the additionals, and there are men who love those things. So it means if you need a woman who doesn't stay natural, you have to go to such places. So I want to appreciate your question that probably the physical you, the way you look, the way you are seen, the way people see you, is going to really, really affect who will interact with you or who will want to be with you. I don't know if you remember at Makere, I don't know if it happened at your time. In the girls' wing, there is a part of the mosque where the makeup girls sit up to today. And there is a lot of powder in that space. A lot of powder, a lot of debris of makeup in that part of the mosque. So those girls will sit in that club of theirs.
The imams don't allow it, and
I don't know if the follow-up is really, but there used to be that space even in the mosque. Then when it goes to disability,
I think we shall have a short break, and then we shall start from the aspect of disability.
Okay.
Inshallah. So viewer, we shall be taking a short break and then returning to continue with this subject. Okay, as we are preparing for that break, so viewer, we are looking at the aspect of social class as a key consideration we should be mindful of before entering into this marriage, and inshallah we shall be continuing the discussion after this short break.
Eno ye Salam TV.